The Solawave 4-in-1 red light therapy device wand. It's extremely popular in the health and beauty space. In fact, this thing is everywhere on social media. But is it all hype, or is there something really to this? Does it work? Well, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna look at the science. I'm gonna look at what this device is actually doing. I have my spectrometer, so I'm gonna test the wavelengths, the power output, and a lot more. And we're gonna find out if you should spend your hard-earned money on this or spend it elsewhere. Let's go. Okay, so first up, a little bit about the company behind the 4-in-1 skincare wand. Now, the company is called Solawave. They are an American-based company, and they specialize in skincare products, health and beauty skincare. I don't know what the technical term is, but yeah, they sell a lot of products, both traditional skincare serums, moisturizing creams, and that sort of thing, but also some products using cutting edge, revolutionary technologies. A good example here is photobiomodulation or red light therapy. You know, this beautiful red light you see behind me and the rather bright red light that is coming from their Solawave wand. Now, on their website, they claim they've helped over 700,000 people improve their skin, which is quite an extraordinary number. Of course, they sell their wand, they sell an activating serum, which I have here. They have a LED mask and neck product, and they also have a pimple treating product. I believe that is using blue light, and yeah, that looks rather neat. Now, I have interviewed their founder, Andrew Silberstein. I'll put a link to that interview down below, because in that interview, Andrew does a great job of explaining the background behind the company, their product range, how it works, some upcoming features, and all that cool stuff. I should also mention that I am affiliated with this company, so that means if you use the discount link down below, you're gonna save something on their products, but I get a commission. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this wand. As you can see here, it's got a slight swivel head on it, comes in a nice little travel case, I guess. It's not a very big device. I mean, it's the size of a chunky pen, I guess. It's got a charging port on the bottom here. It does have a built-in battery, so it is portable, which is really cool. The LEDs are up the top here, and it has one button to turn it on and off. It's rather simple, really. Now, the idea is you use it anything from, say, 3 to 12 minutes a day. You're just slowly moving it around your face, like so. And you can do this a couple times a week. Now, the company claims it's designed to help smooth out fine lines, to depuff the skin, fade blemishes, and also energize the skin. It's available in 3 colors, a rose gold, a black, which is what I have, and then there is a blended option. Now, what's interesting is it's not just a red light therapy device. Yes, this is a red light therapy channel. That's what I specialize in. And I should just mention that red light therapy is well known and well established in the research to be beneficial for the skin. I'll put a link to a really good article on skin health and red light therapy. Go check that out later on. It's a really good read. Now, as for the other technologies in this wand, it uses galvanic current, which I'll explore later on in this video, but it's meant to help with the absorption of skincare creams. It has a facial massage function, which is the movement across the skin and also the built-in vibration, and that is meant to help reduce puffiness in the skin. And it also has a therapeutic warming effect. This is meant to help with dark circles, soothe the skin, and plus it has a nice feeling effect. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it comes packaged with a carry case, a charging cable, and a quick start guide. Now, finally, the device has 7 LEDs built in, and these are meant to be emitting 630 nanometer red light. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire up my spectrometer, and we're going to see, yeah, if that is the case, and also how much power is being emitted from the device. Okay, so this spectrometer measures light. It shows the wavelength, the color of the light, and also the intensity. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn on the Solawave, and we're going to see exactly what light is coming from the device. Okay, so on screen now, you should see a nice peak. And guess what? The peak wavelength is 630.2. So that is excellent. I mean, that is what is listed on the box from Solawave, and that is what has been produced, what has been emitted from the device. So really good start there, and 630 is a really good wavelength for skincare as well. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Now, let's look at the intensity. What is interesting here is in the manual, that came with the device, the max power output is listed as 40 to 45 milliwatts over centimeter squared. Now, that's quite a high number. For anyone that has been following my channel, by the way, hit the subscribe button. I produce a lot of reviews like this. You'll know that 40, 45 milliwatts is quite a decent amount of light. Typically, I'm testing panels like I have behind me, torches, even masks. You know, I'm actually going to be surprised if a small device like this is putting out that much light. Typically, a device putting out anything from, say, 30 milliwatts or higher needs a lot of cooling to cool the LEDs. So let's test this now. Okay, so I'm going to take a few readings and I'm going to do it right at the source as well, given this is how we will be using it. The number to look at here on screen, I've just highlighted it here, the EE figure. This is the intensity, so I'll take a few readings. Okay, so I took a bunch of readings right at the source because this is how you're going to use it, right up against the skin. The figures range from 8 to 10. The highest I saw was 10.1. So I stop it on screen here at 9.8. That's milliwatts over centimeter squared. Now, that is a lot lower than 45. I mean, it's a quarter of 40, isn't it? That's disappointing. It doesn't surprise me though, I mean, the size of this thing, the battery built in, it's not a high-powered, doesn't look like a high-powered device. There isn't even really much heating going on after extended use. So let's unpack this. Does red light at an intensity of 10 milliwatts at a wavelength of 630 nanometers actually help the skin? Well, we have taken a really deep dive into this. You can check out the article over at Light Therapy Insiders. It's all on red light therapy and skincare. And we found a few things. Firstly, yes, red light therapy is very effective at helping improve skin health and improve and resolve a lot of skin conditions. Secondly, we found that the best wavelengths range from 620 nanometers through to about 670 nanometers. This is for skin health, remember? So 620 to 670. The Solawave Wand is coming in right in that range at 630. So that's great. Now, from a power intensity point of view, most of the research is showing benefits from devices putting out everything from 10 milliwatts right up to 50 milliwatts. So remember, this was about 9 or 10, so it is right on the lower end of that scale, but it's still in the range. Now, when you look at it from a dosing point of view, which is the amount of energy delivered, most of the research recommends a range from 3 to 15 joules over centimeter squared. Now that factors in intensity and time. Now, if you're using the Solawave for 12 minutes across the face and it's emitting, let's just say 10 milliwatts over centimeter squared, that means you're going to get a joules figure of 7 joules over centimeter squared, which is smack bang in that range. However, that 7 joules isn't just in one area. Remember, you're moving this across the face and the light output is quite small. So technically, to get 7 joules of energy from this device, you have to hold it in the same place for 12 minutes. And that's only going to treat that one particular area. So for instance, you could use this under the eyes for 12 minutes and you'll get your 7 joules there. But then you got to do the same over here for 12 minutes, the same here, the same, you know what I mean. I'm going to share my personal thoughts on all of this later in the pros and cons section, but at least it gives you some food for thought in the meantime. Now, another thing I do in these reviews is compare the power output to other products. Now, of course, if you go out and buy one of these large panels like I have behind me, some of the most powerful panels in the market are putting out 60, 70, 80, even 90 milliwatts of light at 6 inches from the panel. So remember, this is 10 right at the source. You can also go out and buy handheld torches or handheld devices, wraps, masks, of course, and a lot of these are also putting out much more light than this. The OmniLux men's mask, that's putting out a range from 5 to 30 milliwatts. A Mito Red Light Mito mobile device putting out about 30 or 40 milliwatts. The LightPath LED torch, that's putting out 50 milliwatts or even more. So yes, relative to other products, it is underpowered, but it's still sufficient power for treating the skin. Hey, by the way, if you are enjoying this video, can I ask a quick favor? Can you scroll down? It'll take you a second or two. Hit the like button and yeah, hit the subscribe button because I put out a lot of videos on red light therapy and improving one's health and skin and all that good stuff. So you're gonna like those videos if you're enjoying this. All right, but now, of course, it's not all about red light therapy in this device. it also has those other technologies built in. The first one is galvanic current. Now this is, to be honest, I was a little bit afraid of using this the first time because of the galvanic current. I literally thought I was going to get little electrical shocks on the skin, but you don't feel anything, so that's good. But we looked at the research, and yes, galvanic current combined with red light therapy can actually enhance the benefits of red light therapy. So that is good, right? We also found that galvanic current can stimulate collagen synthesis. And it does this because galvanic current has a mild temporary inflammatory effect on the skin, and in turn, the body upregulates collagen synthesis. So again, great for skin health. We also found that galvanic current can increase blood flow in the skin, another positive, and it can also help kill bacteria in the skin. Again, great if you're worried about acne and, inflammatory outbreaks. So yes, it does look positive. However, there are a lot of claims around galvanic current when it comes to skin health, and we couldn't find evidence to support all of these claims. But like I said, it does look promising. Now, there's also an inbuilt massage function. This is just the vibrating effect. And again, it can help with blood flow and a few other things. So I do have to admit, it feels rather nice and relaxing. It makes the whole experience of using this quite enjoyable. I think if it was just the red light, you would soon get rather bored, but the vibrating effect does help. And then there's finally the heat component, which again, it feels pleasant, it has a relaxing effect, and it's gonna help with blood flow as well. Okay, so enough about the product. Now let's talk price. What does this cost? Well, it currently retails for $239 US. However, if you order through the link down below, you should be able to save something. Now the discount does vary. Right now, there's a 25% off sale going on through that link. So that means it's only gonna cost you $179 US. Also, I touched on that serum earlier. You can bundle the two up, and the serum's only going to cost you about $30-$40 extra if you get it in a bundle. I don't know much about serums or skin creams, so I'm actually not even going to talk about this, but apparently it's been designed to help enhance the benefits from the wand. Now, I did ask Andrew about the serum, and he did a great job of explaining it in that interview, so you may want to go watch that later on. Now, there's also free shipping to America, and they do ship internationally, but the price will vary based on your location. There's a 1-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now for the pros and cons and my overall thoughts. First up, the pros. I have to say I really like the size. Well, no, I have to say the size is great. It is very small. It folds up. It comes with a nice little travel package. It's easy to travel with. You can pack it in your man case, your purse, whatever it may be. Use it daily. I've actually had this sitting at my desk lately, and you just think it's another pen, right? So yeah, it's very portable. It's also very easy to use. There's one button and away you go. It's enjoyable to use. It's relaxing. There are no side effects. It's not loud, dangerous, uncomfortable, anything like that. So yeah, it's all positive on that front. I also like that it is using the wavelength that is listed, because that is not often the case with a lot of red light therapy companies. And it's also using a wavelength that we know is effective when it comes to skin health. So a big thumbs up there. Of course, there are other technologies in there that are also shown to be beneficial for skin health. And there is an insane amount of positive reviews around this product, including a lot of before and afters. Now, either that is really, really good marketing, but typically, at least from my experience, if a product's junk, it'll soon get found out, right? So my takeaway here is this does work. It is doing something. It's hard to get that many sales and that many positive reviews on a product that doesn't work. So that doesn't really surprise me, because again, it's using a good wavelength. It's got some technology in here that we know is beneficial, and yeah, I mean, it's nice to use. So finally, it's not too expensive if you're comparing it to, say, a mask or even a in-clinic red light therapy product. But there are some downsides with the Solawave Wand. Let me explain. First up is the power output. Firstly, it's underpowered compared to what's in the product manual. But secondly, I think for a device of this size, it would be nicer to get something up around 20 or 30 milliwatts over centimeter squared, because it would mean you don't have to spend as long treating the face. So that is a little bit disappointing. The second thing is there's only one wavelength in here. Yes, we know that 630 is really good, But we also know that 660 is really good. We also know that near infrared light can penetrate deeper into the tissue and help with collagen and other health benefits. So it would have been neat to see something that had, maybe an 850 or an 810 or even just a 660 in here. Though it's not a deal breaker. I also need to mention I have concerns around the longevity of this thing. It comes with a 1-year warranty, but it's very small. So I wonder, how long is that battery going to last in terms of holding its charge? And all those other features packed into this, the vibration feature, the galvanic current, are they going to still be working in 2 years' time, for instance? Or is this a device that you need to replace every 18 months? Next, from a purely red light therapy perspective, it is quite expensive. You're spending a lot of money for a little bit of intensity and a very little surface treatment area. I'll talk about some alternative products that provide much better value at the end of the video. Now, finally, this is a personal pet peeve of mine. I actually find it quite time consuming and boring to use. Yes, it is nice to use. Don't get me wrong. It's rather pleasant. And I often find myself just picking it up and doing a few, treatments on my face, so to speak. But the thought of having to sit and use this for 12 minutes a day, a couple times a week, I just can't do it. I'd much rather stand in front of a panel or even say use a mask so I can read a book or be on my phone. I suppose I can do that with this anyway, but of course you're limited to one hand and you do have to move it around. You can't just have it running like, say, tabletop Biomax panel or a mask or laying in a red light therapy bed. So that's just a personal downside of mine. Overall though, what do I think? Well, 700,000 people have purchased these and apparently they're raving about it. Technology looks good. It's a nice product to handle and use for short periods of time. Price point is okay, I guess, for a health consumer product. It may be expensive if you're coming at it purely from a red light therapy point of view. But yeah, I mean, if you're keen to buy one, if your mate's got one and they're raving about it, then sure, go get one. However, if you're purely looking at the Solawave from a red light therapy point of view, as in you want to treat the face with a red light therapy device, then you may want to check out some other products. Let me run through a couple of options. First up, there's the Mito Mobile Flex. This can be had for a similar price point to the Solawave. It's a lot larger. It's putting out a lot more energy. It's got 2 wavelengths instead of the 1. You can also use it on joints, knees, wherever. It's still portable. Obviously, it's a lot bulkier, but it's battery powered, so you can check out that. Another option, if you want a beauty product, is the Biomax 300 with its tabletop stand. Now, this is quite expensive. You could easily get maybe 3 of these for the price of the Biomax with the stand, but it's very powerful. It has 7 wavelengths built in, including some blue light, and it's huge. I mean, you could use it for your back, your chest, your arms, as well as your face. Now, there's 2 other devices that I want to mention that I haven't reviewed as of the time of the filming. One of them is the Jove's Alva tabletop device. Now, this incorporates a bunch of wavelengths, and it's a smaller, cheaper version, I guess, of the Biomax. It looks quite promising. It's marketed more for skin and beauty users. I will be doing a review on that, so be sure to subscribe. And now the final device has just turned up in the mail the other day, and it is this. It is the Fergus wand. And what's interesting with this is it has 2 wavelengths, red and blue, but it also has a lot of similar features as the Solawave, but it's only $45. That's after using a discount code that I'll share below. That's a fraction of the price of the Solawave. I haven't tested it yet, but I will be doing that soon, so hang around for the review. But if you really want a wand, then yeah, spend the money and get the Solawave, or wait a little bit and see what I think of this device.